Hi, everybody. Judy Tuttle here from Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas. And I'm so happy to be with you here today. Still battling this crazy virus that's going on, but I feel well enough to join you guys today and Tuttle Up and do some crafting with you. I've been here every day but one day and this week, and we are doing a fun fold class that includes 12 fund folds, PDF, video tutorials, cardstock, ribbon, 2 packages of embellishments, and we are using let me pull them out here, bundles. And so far, you guys have given me a lot of great feedback about these projects that we've been doing. I don't know if I have all 4 of them here. So we have the stamp pop-up petals bundle. Oh, maybe I should put it down on my hands and you can see what I'm showing you. Pop-up petals is one of the bundles that we're using. And hang on, here we go. The friendly foliage bundle is the other one that we're using. I am sounding a little better. This virus kind of moves around on me. So every day I wake up with a little something new going on, which is not fun, but I'm going to survive this. There's people who survived a lot harder things than me with that, right? Okay, so cards number 9 and 10 are today. I'm excited to show those to you. Real quickly, got to tell you about some things coming up. Starting on January the 6th, lots of things going on January the 6th. The mini catalog goes live to everybody. There'll be some new kits available on January 6th. And Stampin' Up is launching bonus days. So they do this every year. Bonus days means that for every $50 you spend, you will get a $5 coupon in an email that you can use for any orders in February. Okay, so if you spend $150, you will get 3 $5 coupons to use in January of $5 a piece. So that starts next week on January the 6th. So think about what you might want. Every $50 gets you a $5 coupon, and then you can redeem it in February. Okay. I have 3 classes coming up this month. On Saturday, January 10th, is the new catalog launch party in person at my house. But every day next week, I'm going to be showing you online the projects that we're making with an assortment of products from the new mini catalog, okay? And you can get your kit to go in the mail as well with a $50 order, okay? And then let me get rid of that. The next class I have coming up is called Cake Day Birthday Cards. You guys have made it loud and clear to me that you just want more birthday cards. We need birthday cards, right? So this class, you can see by this card that's there, it's very stepped up. There's lots of dies involved. We'll be making 3 cards, and you'll get 3 cards in envelopes. You can get it in person or to go. You will need the Cake Day bundle to complete the cards, okay? And then last but not least, I'm having a Winter Super Saturday event. Again, you can get it in person on January 24th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., or you can get it to go in the mail. It is 2 classes in one, okay? So the cost of the event, if you register by January the 5th, is that right? I feel like it is January 5th. To get the early bird pricing, you need to register by January the 5th, okay? If you wait till after that, it's going to go up in price by $20. It's $100 for the 2 classes, PDFs, little prize patrol prizes. Shipping is included in that price. Okay. Hi, Renee. It's fun to have my friends here who don't normally get to see me. So I'm enjoying that. Okay. So that is what's going on. If you have any questions about any of those things, let me know. I will put the links in the description of this video after it's over, okay? And let's go. Let's start tuddling up and doing our next two fun fold cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and then in the end I will show you all the ones we've done so far. So we're on cards 9 and 10 today, and this is the card that we're making today. You make my life better by just being in it. Isn't that sweet? I love how these circles kind of overlap each other, and then it opens up like this with a place for you to write a sweet note to a friend on the inside. Okay, so how do we cut this card base? I'm going to show you. You're going to pull out your paper trimmer. You're going to get a whole sheet of pool party cardstock. You're going to put it in your paper trimmer, and you're going to put the corners in the channel here. So you can see the channel right there in there. Okay, now here's the story. It's not going to cut all the way through. We're going to have to use our paper snips, but it's going to help us get started. So I like to start in the middle, because sometimes if we try to start on those corners, it makes it really hard to not tear the corners up. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to grab my paper snips, and I'm just going to continue that cut where it wasn't long enough into that diagonal right there. I don't know why that didn't cut very well. Oh, it's fine. It's going to be fine. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here to the top. It is cute paper, Renee. It's called Hobby Haven paper. That's what I've used this whole week for my craft along. So this is cards number 9 and 10. Okay, so there we go. We cut it on a diagonal like that. Okay, now all you have to do is put this in, and you're gonna line this up at 4 1/4 right here at the bottom. Let me move it up a little bit. We're gonna go to 4 1/4 right here. We are not gonna use the cutting blade. We're gonna use the scoring blades. I'm gonna score it really well right there at 4 1/4. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn it. What would be the easiest way to do this? Let's go to, let's go this way. Turn it here and go to 5 1/4. I think I'm gonna have to do it this way. 5 1/4 and 5 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to fold these flaps so that you're going to turn it so that the right angle is, yes, 8 1/2 by 11. Cut on the diagonal, Kathy. You're correct. What did I say? Did I say 5 1/2 by 11? That sounds like something I would do. Okay, so there we go. We're going to fold this flap over. Make sure the corners match up, and then we're going to do the same thing with this flap. I'm going to pull my point down here to the bottom and line up. Jeez. This one doesn't look good, so I'm going to pull out the one I'd already done. But anyway, that's what it does. It folds like this and like that, and then you have the flip and the flap on the diagonal there, okay? So I'm going to pull out the one that I have already done here. Here we go, flip flap, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and on the inside of this, we've cut this piece of designer series paper, and it's going to go right here on the inside of the card, okay? Happy New Year to you, Renee. Super fun DSP. There's sewing, there's gardening, there's spa. What else is there? Books. Kind of a little cozy living room scene. It's a fun piece of um, designer stitch paper. Okay, so that one's going to go on the inside, and then I've cut a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. It's going to go on the inside here. There we go. So there's the inside of our card. That's all we have to do. Okay, so now I chose the book pattern for the outside of my card. And I want my design to look correct, right? So I'm going to cut. It's very important that you do this. So listen up. You're going to cut from the upper left corner down to the bottom right corner. Upper left corner to the bottom right corner. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my paper trimmer again. I'm going to line up my corners in my alleys here. Okay, and I have found that starting in the center and pulling up and then out like that is better than trying to push through a corner, because you can crunch the corners that way. We do not want crunchy corners, right? Okay, so here are my 2 pieces of DSP, and these guys are going to go right here on the front flaps here. Okay, so I'm going to add some liquid glue. I highly recommend it because you want to get those corners really well, right? You don't want your corners flapping up. Well, Judy, just drop it right on there. Okay. So we had a very boring New Year's Eve last night. My sickness is not creating much fun this week for us, but you know, we'll be okay. Not that we would have stayed up till midnight anyway, I don't think so. All right, and then this one goes right here on this flap. Okay, right like that. Got it? Okay, so again, I'm going to add some liquid glue. Make sure I get those corners really well. Okay, and then this can go right up here like that. Okay, there we go. Cute, huh? Opens this way and then this way. Flip, flap, right? Okay, so now, believe it or not, we're really close to being done. I have a circle out of basic white that I've cut out of the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And then I have the second largest stitch shaped circle in Pool Party. And then I have the largest stitch shaped circle in Pool Party as well. So I'm going to take this white circle and I'm going to stamp it with the saying, "You make my life better just by being in it." I love this phrase. I know we all have someone in our life that we feel that way about, right? There we go. And then I have a little flower. I'm going to pull in my Petal Pink ink pad. And I'm going to stamp several flowers kind of coming up from the bottom here. Different angles is fine. And then, see, isn't that pretty? Okay, now I'm going to adhere this flat to this Pool Party circle, the smaller one, okay? Okay, now this is going to go on right here. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to add my little leaves right here coming out from this side, and I cut both of these leaves in garden green. One is the detailed leaf and one is the solid leaf here. We didn't stamp the leaf this time, okay? So over here on this side over here, I'm going to take both of my leaves and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of Seal Plus. Kind of visualize where I want it, kind of right here. And I'm just going to poke these coming out from the side here of this circle. One like that, and sorry, I think I was off camera. One like that, and one like that, okay? You make life better by just being in it. Okay, so now this is going to get adhered, but only to this top triangle, okay? Only to the top part right here. So just going to add a little glue to my circle right here. And then I'm going to pop it on to the center right like that. And it should only be adhered to that one flap. Now you're like, Judy, I can see those leaves and that adhesive right there, and that's going to bug me. Right. That's why we have this other circle here. This one is going to go behind this and kind of finish it off so it looks really nice, okay? So this one, let me think of which side I want to put the glue on. I want to put the glue on this side. So let me get this so that it's kind of centered there. Be a little bit more that way. Press it down. And there we go. Isn't that nice? Now you don't see all that yucky stuff on the other side, right? Okay, so only one thing left to do, and that is to take our, well, two things left to do. We're going to take 2 strands here of our twine, our petal pink braided trim, and we are just going to pull 2 strands there we go. Jeez Louise, I don't know what's happening to me. My brain is definitely foggy. Okay, here we go. There's a bow. Here's a bow. There we go. Right like that. Now this is going to get adhered right here next to where that greenery is on the side of that circle, right like that. Okay, so I'm going to use a glue dot. I might pull these just a tiny bit smaller. Okay, and glue dot is on the back, and it's going to get adhered right here next to that greenery. And now I can cut these threads down a tad bit. I'm going to sprinkle on my Pearls of Beauty. And for this one, I used the white and the gold. There we go. And that is our first card for today. How do you guys like it? Isn't it fun? And it's really so easy. I mean, this is one of those cards I like because it looks hard, but it's not really hard. Opens like this. You can write a sweet little note about how somebody has made your life better by just being in it. I love that. Um, Very easily. You're right, Kathy. Yep, you great minds think alike. So I had just said that probably while you were typing it. Okay, so there's one of our cards for today. Our second card for today is a little gift holder. Let me put some things away here before I get everything all messed up. And it's a get well card. Maybe I should send this to myself. I don't know. Here we go. So, get well soon. Super sweet, right? And then it opens like this. And look at how this circle pulls out with the little pocket inside. Right here is where you can put a gift card holder. That might be a little too big. Let me cut this down. This is just to show you kind of what it would look like. Always here for you. So this card would be great to give someone a grocery gift card or a chicken salad chip gift card, right? Something like that. But this little gift card right here, I'm even going to write gift card on that. You know, I think this is the first year in a long time that I did not receive any gift cards for Christmas or give away any gift cards at Christmas. I am not a huge fan of gift cards. I know a lot of people out there are. I just really like to give people gifts that are from the heart, right? So this is where the gift card would slide in. They would open it up. The gift card would pop out right here. And then the little sentiment here for you always kind of slides in and back with that little pocket on the inside, right? Isn't that fun? Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. I have a piece of basic beige cardstock, and it is scored at, it is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 2.5 and 6.5. 2.5 and 6.5. Now, what you'll notice is one of these flaps is a little smaller than the other one, okay? The smaller flap is the one that folds to the inside to create the pocket, okay? And the larger one is the one that overlaps on the top, right like that. Let me grab my bone folder here. All right, right like that, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add my DSP. So you need 2 panels, 2.25 by 5.25 and 1 3/4 by 5.25. Okay, so this one, I don't know what that looks like to me. Rocks almost. I don't know. It coordinates just fine. So it's going to go right here on the front flap. Okay, that side of it. And then the other side that has the books on it, we're going to put on the small flap. So maybe a bookstore gift card like Barnes & Noble, right? That would be cute for this card too. Okay, so that one's going to go there. And then this one, I want the book side up. So it's going to go right here. Now, Kathy, you and Renee are both going to get this PDF for free for being on my team. So, as you know, that's one of the perks, right, of being on a team is that you get, well, it depends on who your teammate is or team leader is, but I give all my team members my PDFs for free for joining my team. Okay, so I only put glue on these top and bottom because I want this to be a pocket, right? Right like that. I'm going to hold that down for just a second. Okay, so it creates this little pocket right here. Okay, then we have a piece of basic white. It is cut 5.5 by 4.25 and scored at 2 inches and 5 inches. So this is the 5.25 side, 2 inches and 5 inches. So we have this little 1/2 inch flap right here. We're going to fold it down like that. Okay, and then this flap is going to get adhered right here on the other side of this score mark right here. Okay, so other side of the score mark. So we're going to go there we go. Right like that. Okay, so it's not covering up the score mark. It's just sitting right next to it. Yep. Yeah, you don't have to write down measurements. As soon as we're done with our craft along, you will get this in our team page. So there you go. Okay, and then the other flap that was down here, the 2 inch flap, we're just going to fold up like that. And then this is just going to slide into that pocket. I'm just going to kind of push it into that bottom pocket right there like that. Okay, so that's what makes it slide. Open and shut. Open and shut with a little space for your gift card right there. Okay, so now I have a basic beige circle, and on this circle in pecan pie ink, I am going to, hi Jan, Happy New Year. I'm going to stamp here for you always. Okay, now, if this is going to slide in and out with this, you want to only adhere it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit for us here. Okay, you only want to adhere it to the very edge right here of this pocket. Okay, so I'm going to take a dimensional. I'm going to use one of these side ones here that are a little fatter. And I'm going to put one dimensional right on that cut line of that 2 inch right there. Okay. And then this is going to go right on top, right like that. So now when it opens and closes, it'll slide with the pocket. And you're like, Judy, I can see that happening there. Don't worry. We're going to cover that up with our panel on the front. Okay, so that is done. The inside is done. It just slides in. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So after you do this edge right here, you just you fold that white piece forward and you just tuck it into that pocket, and then it just slides in and out like that. Okay, so now let's do at the front of our card. We have the 4th largest everyday arch in basic white. We have a 1/2 inch piece of basic white for the sentiment. And we have this pool party here. We're going to do the same thing we've done all week with this friendly foliage here. That's Coastal Cabana. I want pool party. And I thought I just had it. Here we go. I think I might have used Coastal Cabana on my sample, but it says you should use pool party. So let's use pool party. All right, so let's ink this up. And stamp it on pool party on pool party. In fact, I don't know if Rhonda even stamped hers. She didn't mention stamping it, but I like it stamped personally. So that's what I'm going to do. You do you, I'll do me, we'll all be okay, right? There we go. So I'm going to line that up with the outside. And then again, I'm going to line this up with the inside. Isn't this die so cool? I just love how they made this like this, so that you can cut the inside and the outside together. Let me get this a little bit straighter. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to run it through my magic machine over here. Okay, so this friendly foliage panel is going to go right here, smack in the middle of this arch, right? Okay, right like that. So I'm just adding some dots of liquid glue sparingly. Don't overdo it. You don't need much. A little goes a long way. All right. And then this piece can go right here in the middle of this arch, right like that. Okay. While we're waiting for that to gel, I'm going to grab a clear block and just set it right on top. I have this little 1/2-inch piece here, and I'm going to grab my pecan pie again and stamp Get Well Soon on the front, and maybe a little more to the right side than the left, so that we have room for that bow that's going to go on the other side. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so now this is going to get popped up on top of this right here, kind of right in the center. So let me grab, I'm just going to cut one of these pieces off the edge here. Like that. What happened to Nebraska yesterday, Kathy? Oh my goodness. Jim was so mad. He was so mad. Okay, so we're going to take 2 strands of this petal pink twine. There's one. Boop. Here's the second one. And we're just going to tie a little bow, just like we did on the last card. Okay, a little further down, grab my loops and pull it tight. There we go. And I'm going to grab a glue dot. And it's going to go right here on this side right there, like that. Now, I'm going to add this to the front, and like you guys can imagine, I only want dimensionals on this side right here because I don't want it attached to this inside pocket, okay? So, make sure you know that you're putting the dimensionals on the same side that the ribbon is on. Don't do what I did and put them on the opposite side earlier, and I had to pull off some dimensionals and start all over. Jeez. Right? Okay, so I'm just going to go like that. So the product of the month is officially over. They did say if they had a lot left over, they would continue offering it. But you could still only get one product of the month every month. So if you really like the January, you might not want to order the True Blue, right? The January product of the month will come out on January 6th. Lots happening on January the 6th. New catalog, new product of the month, catalog launches to everybody. And, okay, so where are my lovely pearl dots? I put them away. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of fun that on this one, Rhonda put the pearls in all three colors on the front, and I think it really makes it pop. I really like it. There we go. And then a white one kind of over here on this side, right like that. So that's it. That's card number 2 for today. Isn't it so pretty? Okay, so it opens like this. Here for you always. Gift card pops out right there inside that pocket. So fun, right? I really like how this slides with the pocket. I've never done it that way before, so that is fun. So, how about we pull out our 10 cards that we've made so far? So, these are the 2 that we made today. Let me pull out on my zooming in here. There we go. Those are the 2 from today. We did this one on Monday, Sending Love, that opened flip flap like this. You're on my mind and in my heart. Flip flap, okay. This is the one that I designed with the trifold card with the vellum. You're on my mind and in my heart. This is the other one that I designed. My ribbons are all coming undone for some reason. Okay, thanks for being there. This was that 3-panel card, right? We also had these 2. And if you decide you want a kit, I still have a kit available. I have 1 kit available. So if you decide you want a kit, I can still get you a kit. This is one of the ones from yesterday. This is the other one, a sewing one. You make life better just by being in it. You get me, and I appreciate that. Isn't that a sweet card? I love that one. And then, let's see. Okay. And look what I just found, you guys. My missing heart from yesterday. It must have been stuck to the back of one of these cards because remember how I looked and looked? So let's get that one in here in this card. Add a little liquid glue right here. Just a dot, just a dot. Just give me a dot. There we go. Let's finish that one out there. There we go. And then, okay, and then we also had 3 more here. This is a fabulous class, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of what we came up with for these cards. This is that theater curtain opening card. How cute is that? I love that one. Once we figured out the mechanism, it was easy, right? And then this was the other fun fold. That opens like this, sits on top of a desk like that, And then one more. Whew, what a loaded class, right? Was this one with the belly band on it that slides off, and then that little pop-up element to pop up the flowers on the inside. Thanks, Trudy. I love it. I love these cards too. I think they're all so fun. So tomorrow will be our last Fun Fold class, and I'll be here at noon again, or that's my plan anyway. And we'll do our last two. Cards number 11 and 12 will be tomorrow. So join me here at 12 noon if you can. And in the meantime, happy crafting, tuddle up with your friends and make some cards and build a community of your own. It's just so much fun to craft with other people, and can be your therapy to craft by yourself, right? So I'll see you tomorrow at noon, and I just know I'm going to feel 100% better tomorrow. I just have a feeling. So I'm putting my positive mindset on it there. So talk to you guys soon. Please love and like this video. Share it out to your friends. And join me tomorrow at noon. So bye-bye.